Test. Okay, what do we got here? It's Monday morning, 8:45, just before 8:45 Central Time. I had to move the kids around a bit. Got the boys going to another camp for the day. They've been doing some day camps here, so I had to get them off and going. And we're looking at the 1 minute of the S&P 500 on the right side of the screen here. And we've got news coming out here in 15 seconds, and then we'll have another round of news. I think a little bit more important news coming at the top of the hour, right at 9 o'clock. So we'll sit tight, wait to see what develops, and make some trades from there. Yeah, we've got ISM manufacturing at, looks like 9 a.m. Central Time. I've decided with my trading that I'm going to be much more selective in the trades that I take, and I will be giving a lot more explanation as I'm getting into a trade so that anyone watching can kind of follow, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. I talk about it a lot, but I really believe that less is more for the kind of trading that I do. Less is more. So the news must have come out, and price is still just hanging tight in this area. Looks like we got down to 40.97 right off the bat this morning. And the green dotted line is just the overnight high. So that would be the overnight session starting, well, the high that it put in looks like it was around sometime early on Sunday evening. And then it kind of spiked a bit lower. So put in a high around 41.40, spiked lower down to 41 teens. It's kind of meandered around the teens and 20s, and now we're getting a little bit of a pullback. Stops for me are also going to be 7, potentially 8 points. So with that, I need to be more selective, and I will be. I won't be scaling into positions. Might be a tiny bit of an add within that tight range, but so it might mean that it's a little bit more boring, so to speak. Whereas, there might be a day where I don't take any trades, or I might take 1 or 2, but I'm just looking for 1, maybe 2 good setups in the first, within the first 2.5 hours, and then that's it. So we'll wait and see, as per usual, right? A lot of hanging out and waiting. And Friday we had that. It makes sense that we would come down to about 40.98 today, or 97. We had that push down to that level on Friday. Let me drag the 5 minute. Actually, I'll make this one a 5 minute here. That's really where I get a lot of my context from. So let's see. Friday is where I tried getting long here, made a little bit, tried getting long again, and then got stopped out. So scratched it, and then but had a really nice trade here at 96.50 was my entry, and then scaled out some up here up to 10. Then let a little run. It wasn't much though. So it's not surprising that a push down to 97 would kind of hold like it did there, and we'll see now what develops. Feels like the bulls want to resume trend, push it back up. And right about where we're at here, the 41.20 to the high teens, that was the area where we had the pullback on Friday. So we just out of the gate blasted off. Right here's the open on Friday, blasted off, came up to the 20s, low 20s, hung out, couldn't do it, couldn't push it further. Came here for kind of a pullback and then continued, finally broke above that and then pushed higher for the rest of the day. So this 20s area could hold some significance. Not saying I'm getting long or short here, but just thinking to myself, making mental notes as far as what could happen, what will happen. Good morning, guys. Let's see if that little node around 14 holds. Call it 1350. See if that level holds and we continue to push up. Looking like we could here on the 5 minute. Again, I'm not reading into it too much. Well, it looks like Tesla with a pretty big pop. I wonder if they had earnings. Hold some Tesla. See if they push it here. I would think they would push it higher. Good move to the upside there. And we've got about 5 more minutes until the news comes out. Getting back up to, we're close to the close from the other day. Looks like we closed on Friday right around 30, low 30s, 31, something like that. So let's see if we take out that level. Feels pretty bullish. Again, we've got the number here in another 4.5 minutes. I would think bulls would want to keep it above this 14 level. see what we do here. See if we resume trend. So we're holding that 14 level. I might consider getting a long here, but got to give it a minute to shake out. So that 4120 area, that's important. All the guys who got long here on that breakout, they looks like it took some stops, ran some stops here, and then it's just pushing higher. But 4120, that is an important area for sure. Feels strong today, but you know, maybe in days to come we might revisit that 4120. So I'm still not involved, haven't done anything right here. Still got another 2 minutes on the 5 minute bar. So it'll be interesting to see where that one closes. We've got this here where if it closes strong, okay, no big deal, right? Just resume the trend back up, keep pushing higher. If it closes weak, could see somewhat of a retracement or a pullback. Again, I'm just looking for one good trade this morning, and it might be that I don't get it. That's all right. Rather sit and be flat than chasing stuff I don't see and be negative for the day. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a little bit of tea. I think the Bulls got to do it pretty soon here. Within the next few minutes, you'd expect that they would push it higher. Be right back. Okay, so there they go. During the last few seconds of that bar, on the 5 minute, Bulls decided, no, we're still going to be in charge here. We're going to push it up, take it higher. And so we'll see if they can go ahead and continue trend. So they held that 41.20 level. And here, if they didn't do it, pretty soon coming up there, you would think that we would at least have gotten a bit of a pullback. But we didn't. They firmed it up here at the last second, kind of waited until the 11th hour, and we're just resuming trend higher now. So 15-minute looking very strong. Same with the 5 minute. It's been just up, up, and away here. Very strong move on the 5 minute. Still got some time on the 5 minute bar. So we're getting close to that 41.44 level. We're right here at overnight high. Took out that price level. We'll see if the Bulls want to keep it strong. We've had quite the run up all last week. Well, starting Wednesday last week and then the 2 weeks prior. It's been Bulls in charge. Running of the Bulls. Let's look at the daily. So here's our daily, right? Kind of put in this bottom, it's a 3 month. But last few weeks it's just been up, a little pullback, and then just up as well. You'd think that somewhere up in here we might get a little bit of a cessation of the move, or at least a bit of a pause, if not a rotation downward, but that's anyone's guess, right? Minute and a half to go on the 5 minute bar. That's funny, Micah. I just saw the chat. Yeah, so stressed out. I just had to take a razor and cut the old beard off. Take a week off and you get so stressed you shave the beard. That's great. Yeah, it was time for a little trim. A little trimmy trim. It's good to be back. I was back last Wednesday. And so still just kind of getting in the groove of things. Was saying earlier today that I've got a goal of taking, anywhere from 0 to 2 trades today. So going to be a bit more selective, not going to average in, and I'll be working with the 7, maybe an 8-point stop. So I'd like to more clearly define my levels. Thought there's no sense in trying to make stuff happen, and I'd rather be flat for the day than be negative if I'm just not trading or if I'm just not seeing stuff. Definitely a good move up this morning. Felt bullish when we're around that 41.20 level. We've had a nice break up to the upside. And 5 minute bar, I mean, it doesn't show any reason for stopping. It's just continuing pushing higher. Maybe we get up to the 4160s, high 50s, low 60s. NASDAQ really strong as well. They are kind of one and the same. And it seems like the bulls would just resume it here and continue to push it higher. $15 strong, 5 minutes strong. Yeah, if you're a bull, if you're long from below, I think hold on to it. Maybe you scaled out a little bit here, which, it's appropriate. We're at the overnight high, but it seems like we could just continue to move higher. Here's our 15-minute and 1 minute, looking right here. So kind of a retest here, and then it's just been strong, powerful the last 45 minutes. So no need to get out of it. It might just continue to run. Another half minute till we put in a new 5 minute bar. I would think we'll just push higher here. Yeah, Micah, there was some. I didn't get in until late today. I got in. It was like 8:45, so we were right about here when I got the screens going, and yeah, looking at 5 minute chart, it was a nice. We had a good good response from this 96 area on Friday, which is where I was long from in the final trade of the day. And so we tried to push down, still in an uptrend, looking at the daily, the 5 minute, 15 minute, everything is up. So a push down here on the 1 minute and then held it and then just continued to blast higher. So definitely bullish. Let's just see if the bulls take a little reprieve here, a little breather. Let them catch their breath and then push higher. Or we'll see if we rotate today. Always looking for clues, always looking for pieces of the puzzle, looking for things to help make sense of what's going on. Not really too concerned about the why, but just the what. What is the market doing? What's it trying to do? So we're there, a little bit of a sell-off there at the overnight high and at the high from Friday, which is 41.44. I would think bulls wanted above this spike here, certainly above this the point of 41.14. See where halfback is here. Halfback's right at the spike. Pretty good sell-off here. So just as soon as I thought, all right, maybe we hang out, push higher. Bulls are definitely taking a little bit of a reprieve here. Get another 10 seconds on the 5 minute bar. Good sell-off though. I mean, the last 5 minutes we're looking at, looks like 16 points lower on the 5 minute. All right, moment of truth for the bulls here. The 1 minute's really come down quickly. So we'll watch this 18 level. We'll watch 14. See what happens around there. I think we're right about to halfback here. So is that the end? In my mind, I'm wondering, is that the end or is that just a liquidation break and we push higher? It's the question I'm asking. Time will tell, right? Time will give us the answer we're looking for. So let's see if the bulls firm it up here, around 41.20. Still got another just under 3 minutes to go on the 5-minute chart. Seems like they could. I may be looking for an entry long here momentarily within a few minutes. Pretty good flush to the downside there. All right, got another 45 seconds left on the 5-minute bar. Looking for a spot to get long here. Gonna have a 7 to an 8-point stop, and target's gonna be close to the high of the day. I'm not involved yet though. I'm trying to let this set up and giving it some time, seeing what it wants to do here at this 20 level. Okay, I'm going to be looking to buy some pretty soon here. If we can push just a little bit lower. Okay, I'm filled here at 23. Let's see. Don't want to see it get much below 16 on this move. Kind of looking for a curl. Want to see us hold this 16 to 14 level. In my mind, I'm visualizing that this is potentially where where the bears let off the gas a bit. We'll see if the bulls can hold it and then continue to resume trend to the upside. Let's see. Boy, old habits die slowly, don't they? I was saying I didn't want to average in. Here we are, just looking pretty weak on this thing. I'm going to buy just a little bit down here. So we are below that 20 level. I mentioned 16 earlier. Still just pushing really low on the 5 minute. Boy, looking really ugly. See what kind of retracement we get here. So we're at the 61 right now. Still got another minute and 10 to go on the 5 minute bar. See if we hold this level. So for us to show strength and resume trend, you'd want to see the bulls get it back above 20, 41.20. Here's kind of that cluster where the party started, right? This is where the bulls took it and just ran it up higher. Now we're right back in that spot. We'll look to buy some more here as well. Want to see this 14 level hold. Average price on this one is 19. So looking to see if we can't resume trend and then just push up higher. So we've got a spike down to that 14 level. If we do get a bit of a pullback, I will look to add some. All right, still got another, looks like 2.5 minutes here on the 5-minute bar. All right. So we're back above that 16 level. We're just hanging out here. Let's see if the bulls can firm it up, resume trend. It feels like they can and will. Gonna be looking for 30. So there was that bit of a pullback. I didn't get involved on that one. I was looking to see how low this thing would have to go for me to know I'm wrong. Don't feel like 10's a bad spot, but hard stop is here at 07. So we'll see if I was looking at another screen. So hard stop is here at 07. If we push up and move up, I'll move my hard stop up further, tighten it up a bit. So far it looks like that 14 level is holding. So again, bulls wanted above that 20 level, I feel. We'll see if they can't get it back up to 30 and then push higher. My average price on this is 19. Pretty good little liquidation break there. All right, there's a nice pop. Let's see if we can get back up here to 41.30. I've got my target actually at 29. I'll take half off there at 29. Maybe even a little bit more, 60%, and then I'll see if we can. I'll see what price action is looking like, and if I want to leave a runner on, or maybe I'll take a little bit more off at that level and see if we can let one run and get lucky. Getting close here. Come on, get me close. All right, out of a little bit right there. Okay, I'm out of half of this thing, and I might sell just a little bit more up here. See if we can continue to push higher. All right, out of some there at 30, and now we'll see if we can let a little bit run. Oh, I'm out of a little bit more than I thought. All right, we'll hold the rest here at, let's see, hold it at break even, I suppose. So of that, I'm out of 75%, and my entry average price was $41.19. See if we can't run and put in a high of the day. That'd be a nice feeling to take out the highs and run higher. Pleased with the scale out there at 41.30. Five-minute looking decent here at this level. So we'll see. I guess time will tell us whether or not this was some kind of a liquidation break here, where bulls are trying to push it higher. We break lower, take a pause, rest, and then resume higher. So at this point, I'm just holding a pretty small amount. Still holding 25% of the position. The stop is definitely now at break even, which is 19, but trying to give it some room to run, trying to give it a little bit of leash and see what we can figure out. So that's going to be the one and done for me. Started getting involved here at 21, added a little bit more down here. When we were down in this area, I remember when we were down in this area, I remember talking about trying to re-enter, get long on a pullback, which looks like we got that here. But at that point, I was trying to figure out where I'd be wrong. I know I mentioned if we got below 16 and held below there too long, that I wouldn't like to be involved. Five minutes still looking really nice. And see how we look here. See if we can go up and take out the overnight high, which should be good. So no reason to exit now. Let's see if the bulls can kind of resume what they were hoping to do there initially. Micah, sorry, I had the chat off. I just had it like put away to the side. Were you able to get involved to the long side at all? Looks like you were trying one at 41.20. Did you give it a little bit of wiggle room? If we get up to 36, 37 here, I'm going to sell just a little bit more. But I'll still be in 20% of the position that I'm holding. See if we can push a little bit higher here. So pretty quick about face there, right? Push down what could have been liquidation break, kind of a curl, and then push higher. And we'll see now if the bears can resume control and then ultimately take it higher on the day. Just peeked over at NASDAQ. It's looking pretty strong, like kind of back where it was. Okay, so I'm still holding 20% of this, and I will let it run. Got out of just a little bit more there at 36. Got stopped out and back in. Yeah, I was hoping that 41.20, that this spike would hold. Looks like they just ran some stops, kind of held down in this area and then ran it right up. So that's going to be it for me as far as trades that I take for the day. So you got to know where to. Everyone's style is different, and I've been trying to stick to what I want to. I have a new resolve to try to stick to a 7 to 8 point stop loss, and I suppose I was right there, getting long at 20, but I still added a little bit down here, which gave me an average price of 19. So, yep, gotta refine the method a bit, but I feel like all in all, I was able to see the trade set up well. Just Micah and only Micah. Oh, I know the feeling. They came after him. So Micah, you were long at 41.20. since you got stopped out and back in, did you get involved again then after you got stopped out? Tech T, I'm wondering too if you're watching, if you're listening, the MSB, I think that's what it is. I wrote it down the other day. MSB-OB on your chart. Were there any kind of, I wonder if there was a green box here for buyers down around like 41.10 to 41.16. All right, nice resumption of trend here. 15-minute looking strong. So here's our 15-minute. Seems like that was a liquidation break where bulls tried to run it up, kind of got weak, sold off, broke low, test down to here, right down to that level, and then just continue to just run it higher. So we'll see if the bulls can continue the trend. I think NASDAQ is pushing up quite a bit as well. So the main scale out on that one for me was 29, which was right here. That's where I got off. It's like 60%. I got out of 60% there, and then a little bit more here. So a little bit more here at 36, and now I've still got 20% on of this thing. I'm gonna let it run and just see if it could push higher. It was a strong enough move. I probably shouldn't have chickened out there. But initially when I got in the trade, I mentioned that my average price is 19 and my main target is going to be 29 to 30. So, but when it moves up so strong like this, you think, ooh, it would have been nice to have a little bit more on the table. Here's our 5 minute. So again, came down. Now we're just looking to just probably, I would think, push higher. NASDAQ looking strong. Highs of the day, new highs of the day. ES, I guess we'll see on ES if we in fact push it up to 60 level. Or high 50s at least. Let's see, you would think they'd take out the high here, the 41.44. Oh, good, Micah. Long now at 41.20, so you got back in there. You're looking for 41.47. Oh, I would think that we'd get it. Seems like I guess initial balance did get broken. What are we in the C period here? Yeah, 5 minute. Let's look at the 5 minute real quick. Here's that. I mean, it's looking pretty strong. So we'll see if you get your 41.47. another 2 minutes to go on the 5 minute bar. We're just up and away. I might scale out just a little bit more here in a second. Scaled out just a little bit more there, and so I'm just holding 10% now of the position. I just sold some at 45, but if we come back to 41, 42, I'll add that little 10% back on. Seems like we might not. Super strong. Micah, I'm curious, what was, for you, if you can hear me, what was 47 for you? Was it like a measured move, or was it something like a naked POC or a single from before? How'd you choose that 47 level? You got it, man. 47 quarter, there it is. There it is. So you're looking at 47 just as something that's a few points over Friday's high. Obviously 41, 44 was an important level. We're there right now, just hanging out. Well, good job out of you, man. Way to, it's tricky to get stopped out, but then if something clarifies and you got long, good job. Good job there at 41.20. So something I need help with, I'm just in 10% of the original position trying to let it run. And I've talked to some people, they trail their stop up. They give it 5 points and then they're out. Others will give it a lot more leeway and leg room. I'm looking for a target of like upper 50s. But even though it's only 10%, I mean, I don't want to see a big pullback and then give up some of that profit. Entry price is 41.19. So yeah, if anyone's got any good advice for trying to leave that runner go, let me know, because it's never fun when you want to leave a runner on and you don't, and then lo and behold you end up just so much higher than where you initially started. Hey Mike, can I give you a call? Looks like we got another 40 seconds till we put in a new 5-minute bar. All right, man, I'll give you a ring here in a few minutes. Here's our 5-minute. Here's our 1. See if this curls. We'll see what we do here. So Micah got us 47. Tagged it, 47 quarter. See if we resume right here. See how strong the market is. So I'm looking for about 10 points higher from here. Again, I'm only in 10% of what I originally started with, so if we don't get it, it's no sweat off of my back, but trying to hold out for that level, a little bit higher. Tech T, if you're listening, I appreciate the advice. Advice from yesterday. It's helpful to just be patient, let something set up. I was talking to him a few weeks ago, and the thought of the day was expect the unexpected, right? You just never know. All right, a little bit of profit taking here now. Well, my last little 10%, I'm trying to see where I'd like to have a stop in place. I might put it even at the low of this minute bar, just in case we push down further. I don't think I'll do that low though. I'll get it Try to give it a little bit of wiggle room here. You know what? I think I will. So I got my stop tight just right here. If we come down lower, I might look to add that 10% back on. All right. So that's that out of that guy. Good little trade there nonetheless. All right. D period match the C. Yeah, it looks like we're still early into D. I wonder if D takes out C eventually, or maybe E. Little pullback here. Let's see. Let's see a level here. Let's see what we got. And I'll give you a call, Micah, here in a minute. Let's see. I was wondering if we get a pullback to, say, 36. I'm going to try just to be cute and buy a little bit more right here. Going to give it a real close stop of 27, and I'm in real little amount. So I'm out of that initial trade that I had going, and see if we can't resume trend, pick it up, keep going from here. If we can, great. If not, no big deal. Right? It's good to not care too much. Although I will say the 5-minute, it's roaring down pretty hard here. So again, I'm just trying, it's at 15% of that initial trade that I took. Just trying to get long here. I've got a real tight stop at 26.5. We'll see if we can stop the bleeding. If not, no biggie. That'll certainly be it for me for the day. Let's see here. Put this guy back up, see what we're getting. Let's see if we do a little about face here and push higher. Curious as to how deep of a pullback that one was. Right at the 50. Between 61 and 50. Move, drawing. So pretty good slam down there on the 5-minute. A little bit now of a change of direction. Bulls want to get this thing above 38. I'm going to scale out just a tiny bit right there. I'm still holding a good amount of this, but so even the position that I'm holding right now, I'm just in 15% of my initial trade where I had getting long down here. Got out of it at 30 or 29, scaled some out here, and then some more at 36, and then eventually got out of all of it up here. But just took on a smaller position, and we'll see if we can't continue to push higher and get back up above the overnight high. It's always nice when you have had a really good trade and you put some size behind it, and then you can, kind of be a little bit more acute with another trade you try to put on and make a little bit more money. All right, I'm going to scale out just a little bit more there now at 37.5. And I will have my stop now here at the low, which is really close to entry. And I'll see if we can't run her up. Sell a little bit more there. So I'm just in 10% of the initial trade that I took on. Stop is here at 28, and we'll see this time if we can take out this level here and then the high of the day. And I'm looking for like somewhere 41 high 50, like 41.60, 41.58, something like that. All right. Well, two trades today. Oh, that's not the one I want. Hey, thanks, Real Money. I know it was muted. I was talking to Micah on the phone. We got, let's see, where are we at here? 10:25 almost, 5 minute. Let's make this a 5 minute real quick. We'll just show you what we're looking at for some larger time frame context. Little wonky up here. Couldn't quite take that out. Had a bit of a double top there, but I like it here. As far as a pullback, I'm involved at 30. Scaled out a half of what I was in, which was really small relative to that initial first long I had. So now I'm going to see if we can just push up and go higher, take out highs of the day, and see what we can get. My stop is at, for the remainder of the runner, is here at 28. And we'll see if we can get lucky and push up quite a bit more. So that's going to wrap it up for me at 10:25. Anyone who's watching, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you trade well. I know I didn't really talk about any of my anecdotes today, so let me give you one analogy real quick and then I'll wrap it up. Got to get out of here, or can't leave without at least having an analogy or a 10, but today we'll just stick with one. So a lot of times I'll talk about the market being similar to watching like a sketch artist. So let's say you're in a city, you're there with a significant other, a family member, someone you love, and you're walking by and there's a sketch artist painting something and you have no idea what they're painting. It's just a bunch of random lines or dots or squiggles. It just doesn't make sense to you. But then at some point, as you're watching the artist, maybe it's after 5 minutes, maybe you watch for a half hour and you don't see anything, and you go get some lunch or some coffee, you come back, and then after 2 hours you say, oh yeah, it's so obvious. They're painting, a puppy dog licking a little girl's face, or they're painting a skyline, or they're painting a meadow, whatever it is. At some point, that drawing, those things, those lines that were just abstract and had no meaning to you, they kind of crystallize and it becomes aware to you what the painter is trying to paint. I think the market can function in a similar way, where there's oftentimes, it just takes time for us to have a good idea of what the market is trying to do. And if you're watching the market and you're unclear, then there's no need to try to guess, especially if you've got money behind it. There's no need to try to guess as far as what's going on, what's being drawn, what the artist is trying to do, or what the market's trying to do. At some point, it may crystallize. It may kind of come into alignment and make sense for you. So that's kind of a way that I view the market. I want to try to understand what it's doing and why it's doing it, and then act accordingly. Lastly, I will say that we can and will have a winning performance every single day, simply because I define a winning performance as watching and observing without emotion, just being a student of the market, trying to understand what it's doing, not fearing that I'll miss the move. So this morning the market looks strong. I'm thinking, boy, it looks like the longs or the bulls are just going to take it, like we're going to run. Sure enough, there was a nice pullback and an opportunity to get involved to the long side. So not fearing that we'll miss the move. And then third, just acting with our appropriate stops and targets in place. I know I've mentioned that for myself, I'm wanting to do anywhere from 0 to maybe 2 trades a day. I don't have a goal of not trading, but if there's nothing there to trade, I don't want to be just throwing stuff against the wall hoping that it sticks. I'd rather have a trade that I feel strongly about, have some good conviction about, and then get involved at a certain level. So hopefully that makes sense. Hope everyone watching has a good rest of your trading day. Please put your stops in place. Know that if they get taken out, it's just your insurance policy. It's there guaranteeing that you don't screw something up or lose more than you should. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow before the market open at about 8:30. So see you soon. Have a great rest of your day.